The Gaza Strip, a sliver of land on the Mediterranean coast, is a place etched in history, its fate intertwined with empires and conflicts for millennia. From the ancient Egyptians to the modern era, Gaza has been a focal point of power struggles and cultural exchanges. Long before the modern state of Israel, long before the current conflict, Gaza was a bustling hub. It was a city of commerce and culture, where traders and travelers from distant lands converged. Its strategic location on the crossroads of ancient trade routes linking Africa, Asia, and Europe made it a coveted prize for empires throughout history. These trade routes brought not only goods, but also ideas, religions, and technologies. The Philistines, known for their biblical clashes with the Israelites, were among the early inhabitants of Gaza. They left behind a legacy that still echoes in the region's cultural and historical narrative. Their presence is still felt in the very name Palestine, derived from the Greek word for Philistine. This connection underscores the deep historical roots that continue to influence the region today. Later, Egyptians, Romans, and Ottomans all left their mark on Gaza, shaping its culture and landscape. Each of these civilizations contributed to the rich tapestry of Gaza's history, leaving behind architectural marvels and cultural imprints. The arrival of the British in the early 20th century marked a new chapter in Gaza's story. Under the British Mandate, the region saw significant political and social changes. Under the British Mandate for Palestine, tensions simmered between the existing Arab population and a growing influx of Jewish immigrants. These tensions would eventually lead to significant and lasting conflict. The stage was set for a conflict that would forever alter the fate of Gaza and the entire region. The ensuing decades saw wars, uprisings, and a continuous struggle for control and identity. Gaza's history is a testament to its enduring significance. It is a chronicle of resilience and survival amidst the tides of change and conflict. It is a place where civilizations have clashed and cultures have blended, leaving behind a rich tapestry woven with threads of conquest, resilience, and adaptation. Today, Gaza stands as a symbol of the enduring human spirit, a place where history and modernity coexist in a complex and dynamic landscape. Throughout the Ottoman period, Gaza was a vibrant center of trade and culture, reflecting the diverse influences that shaped its identity. The city's markets bustled with activity, and its streets echoed with the sounds of different languages and traditions. As the 20th century progressed, Gaza's strategic importance continued to grow. The region became a focal point for geopolitical interests, drawing the attention of global powers and regional actors alike. Today, despite the challenges and conflicts, Gaza remains a place of hope and resilience. Its people continue to strive for a better future, drawing strength from their rich history and cultural heritage. The story of Gaza is far from over. It is a testament to the enduring human spirit, a place where the past and present converge, and where the future is still being written. The year 1948 witnessed the birth of the State of Israel, a momentous event that brought joy to many, especially the Jewish community, who had long yearned for a homeland. This historic declaration marked the end of British Mandate rule, and the beginning of a new chapter in the region's history. However, this joyous occasion for some also unleashed a wave of displacement and suffering for others. The creation of Israel led to a mass exodus of Palestinians from their homes. For Palestinians, including many who had called Gaza home for generations, the creation of Israel was synonymous with the Nakba, the catastrophe. This term encapsulates the profound sense of loss and devastation experienced by the Palestinian people. As war raged between the newly formed Israeli state and its Arab neighbors, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians fled or were expelled from their homes, seeking refuge in neighboring countries, including Gaza. The journey was perilous, and many families were separated in the chaos. Administered by Egypt, Gaza became a haven for these displaced Palestinians. The region, already small and densely populated, struggled to cope with the sudden influx of refugees. The influx of refugees dramatically transformed the demographics and social fabric of the region. The once relatively stable community now faced the challenges of overcrowding and limited resources. Gaza, once a vibrant coastal strip, struggled to accommodate the swelling population, leading to overcrowding, poverty, and a deep sense of loss and dispossession among the refugees. The infrastructure was overwhelmed and basic necessities became scarce. Living in makeshift camps, the refugees clung to the hope of return to their homes and lands lost in the war. The keys they carried symbolized their enduring connection to their lost homes and their hope for a future return. The unresolved Palestinian refugee issue became a festering wound, poisoning relations between Israel and its Arab neighbors, and setting the stage for future conflicts. Diplomatic efforts to resolve the issue often ended in stalemate, further entrenching the divide. The creation of Israel cast a long shadow over Gaza, transforming it from a historical crossroads into a land grappling with the human cost of conflict and the enduring legacy of displacement. The region's history, once marked by its rich cultural tapestry, was now overshadowed by the struggle for survival and identity. The Six-Day War in 1967 proved to be another turning point in Gaza's turbulent history. This brief but intense conflict reshaped the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East in ways that are still felt today. In a lightning offensive, Israel defeated Egypt, Syria, and Jordan, capturing the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and the Golan Heights. The speed and efficiency of the Israeli military campaign stunned the world and altered the balance of power in the region. This decisive victory redrew the map of the Middle East and had profound consequences for Gaza and its people. The new borders created a complex and often contentious political landscape that has persisted for decades. Under Israeli occupation, Gaza experienced significant economic development and infrastructure improvements. Roads, schools, and hospitals were built, and the local economy saw some growth, albeit under strict Israeli control. However, the occupation also brought about military rule, restrictions on movement, and the expansion of Israeli settlements, which Palestinians viewed as illegal land grabs. These settlements became flashpoints for tension and conflict. The occupation fueled Palestinian resistance, giving rise to the first Intifada, or uprising, in the late 1980s. This period was marked by widespread protests, civil disobedience, and violent clashes. The Intifada, characterized by protests, civil disobedience, and armed struggle, showcased the Palestinian yearning for self-determination and an end to Israeli control. It was a powerful expression of the desire for freedom and justice. The Six-Day War had a profound impact on the region, leaving Israel in control of not only Gaza but also the West Bank and East Jerusalem, territories that were home to millions of Palestinians. This new reality set the stage for ongoing disputes and negotiations. This victory, while securing Israel's military dominance, also sowed the seeds of future conflict by entrenching the Israeli-Palestinian conflict as a struggle over land, identity, and security. The legacy of the Six-Day War continues to shape the lives of those in the region, influencing politics, society, and the quest for peace. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza is, well, a complex and deeply troubling issue. Basic necessities such as clean water, electricity, and medical supplies are in short supply. The blockade has severely restricted the movement of goods and people, exacerbating the suffering of the population. Many families live in poverty, and the unemployment rate is among the highest in the world. It's a dire situation that calls for urgent attention and action from the international community. From the Israeli perspective, security concerns are, understandably, paramount and always at the forefront. Frequent rocket attacks from Gaza pose a significant threat to the safety and well-being of Israeli citizens. The construction of tunnels by militant groups for cross-border attacks has also heightened fears and increased tensions. Israel argues that the blockade and military actions are necessary measures to protect its people from these ongoing threats. It's a deeply rooted conflict with complex security dimensions that are difficult to navigate and resolve. International efforts to find a lasting solution have been ongoing for decades. Various peace initiatives, brokered by different countries and international organizations, have aimed to address the core issues of the conflict. Humanitarian aid and development programs have been implemented to alleviate the suffering in Gaza. However, achieving a lasting peace requires, a comprehensive approach that addresses the political, social, and economic dimensions of the conflict. It's a challenging but essential endeavor for the global community. The vision of a shared future where both Israelis and Palestinians can live in peace and security remains a distant but hopeful goal. Building mutual trust and understanding is, key to any lasting resolution. Dialogue and cooperation between the two sides, supported by the international community, are essential steps towards this future. It's a complex journey, but one that holds the promise of a better life for all those affected by the conflict.